welcome back to the Bray and Ethan podcast, episode 85, powered by SkinBRO for 2023. Use code Bray and Ethan20 for 20% off all skincare products at skinbro.com. Winter is really in. Freezing this morning. I had the beanie on just until we, started press play.
Bucketing down.
It is cold. It is wet. So make sure you get your orders in. All orders $35 or more, of course, getting free shipping, Ethan.
Yeah, look after that skin now. Double trouble in the studio today. Last time we had two Claremont boys in Bray. What happened? Freo and Collingwood about a month later. Hugh Davies, Ed Allen. No pressure for these boys to follow in similar footsteps. But Kai Dehavilland, have I got that right?
Yep,
last name?
Right.
And Joe Matthews, boys, welcome.
Thanks, boys. Good to have us on.
Big game tomorrow at the time of recording, of course, on the Friday, the 23rd of June. Optus Stadium state game. Only one of you, obviously, if we were talking prior, have made the side one emergency. So what's the week been like in the build-up to the big game tomorrow?
Just pretty hard couple, trainings on the track. Bit of fun. Monday was pretty light. Tuesday a bit heavier. But now the boys are in good stead and, spirits are up from the big loss the past couple of weeks, whatever. So yeah.
Excited to run out on Optus.
Yeah, bloody oath. It's a nice ground and right before the Freo Essendon game, should be fun.
Yep.
Kai, unlucky out. What's the week been like for you?
It's been alright. I sort of got told a bit late, so I wasn't really thinking about it throughout the whole week. I was just training as usual and still putting in all effort. Like, I usually still keep that mindset that maybe I won't play if I don't train well. So just put like 100% out on that field. But obviously it's a kick in the guts to not get selected, but I'm still going to be there to support all the boys and still be down to watch the game and just be prepared to play if something maybe happens.
Yeah, so does that mean no game at all this week? No, nothing for Claremont, just in case you are required?
Yeah, so Claremont doesn't have a game anyway, so I can't play there. And I don't have any other club to play for, so even though because I'm emergency, I can't really go and just play another game anyway.
And
so
the thing is, all the other games that you could play in would already be played.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you went and played a Colts game in PFL footy, that's at 11 o'clock. That's inconvenient. Nothing's on a Sunday, of course.
Get to still go on the ground though at Optus. That'll be good.
This will be cool to look at it.
And a question we like to ask when two guests come into the studio is about the friendship. What were your thoughts on each other when you first met each other? How's the relationship sort of developed? To be honest,
I think we met each other in the development squads or through Claremont in year 6s and 7s and 8s. First real impression, I think, it's pretty quiet. Long hair from Scarborough. We hated the Scarborough and playing for Swanee Tigers. Hated the Scarborough Sharks, whatever they're called. So I didn't really like him too much in the first couple, but then grew to, build a relationship.
Yeah. Stereotype, it's just gone past that.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I think it was sort of the same for me, just like we had that rivalry when we were younger. So, when I first met him, wasn't really the biggest fan, but then once we started growing up and we all have similarities, so we just started connecting really well, and then it's just grown since then.
Now, one of you went to a public and the other went to a private school. So is there any hard feelings between each other on that note? And what was the, different pathways like for you two?
Well, there's talks of Dehav coming to Scotch in year 12, but didn't end up happening. But the pathways are good. Coming up through school footy, having that PSA competition was really fun, especially getting to the older years, winning a couple of Alcos. Best footy I've ever played. So much fun.
Yeah. You do hear a lot about that from the private school point of view. What was the public Churchlands? Am I right saying that? Yeah. How was that?
Yeah, that was all right. We did have a school comp as well. It obviously wasn't as advanced as the PSA. I would have loved to play in the PSA. It just looks like great culture and great fun to represent your school out there. But we ended up still playing a couple schools and ones that were pretty far away as well, all the way down in Mandurah and stuff like that. But ended up playing the grand final in year 12, ended up winning that, which was pretty cool. Even though it wasn't as big of a comp, it was still pretty good to achieve that.
A flag is a flag at the end of the day. Tell us a bit about your footy positions on the field and how that's changed from maybe first heading down to Claremont to now when you're in the state squad. One of you can answer first.
It hasn't really changed. Like growing up, I've always been sort of an inside midfielder, and then whenever I'm not in there, just sort of rotating to forward. When I first went to Claremont, I was like, it obviously is a bit hard to get put straight into that midfield as a young kid. So yeah, just getting rotated everywhere. Really, I was wing, I was back, I was forward at one point, just getting rotated every week. And last year, found my way into the back line for quite a while, and then towards the end of the season, I ended up getting another crack into that midfield, and yeah, played well. And then that sort of just transitioned into this year, just like as my main role, just being an inside midfielder and then rotating forward.
Yeah, coming up through school and stuff, played predominantly like key forward, so a bit bigger than everyone else, weight and height wise. And then to this summer, just thought like I got to make a change. Wasn't really going anywhere as a full forward, not quite, the height for that. So just focused on my running and really knuckled down through pre-season, lost a bit of weight, and went a bit higher up the ground. So playing that like higher forward role. Getting more of the ball up the ground, and then also working back deeper. But I think, changing to that higher forward role, it's sort of opened my game up a lot, and having those key forward attributes like translate into up the ground, some marking, aerial contest, stuff like that. I feel like it's really put me ahead of some of my opposition, which has been good. And I really enjoy playing up the ground as well. And when you're a key forward, you know what what you're looking for when you want the ball kicked inside 50. So playing up the ground and kicking inside 50, I feel like I know what the keys want, so it's a good little insight.
Yeah. You almost have to be like pushing 200 centimetres to be a key forward now. Like midfielders are like 190 plus in the modern game.
It's crazy. Some of the bloody talent as well in the champs games. There's kids at 205 centimetres playing like key back and stuff, and it's just like, how do you match up on that?
Yeah, nah, for sure.
Well, did you both expect to be playing state 18s coming in the year? And I guess if that was a goal at the start of the year, did you think it was a fair chance coming into the season?
It was always a goal, to want to play state footy and to try and make that team. But I didn't really expect it at the start. But we all started playing good footy. So as the rounds went on, I was like, there could be a chance that we all could get selected for it, and it was good to see that we had quite a few Claremont boys get added.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a chance ever, really. Sort of just wanted to come to the Claremont season and try win a premiership. We were pretty disappointed last year with our list. It was insane, and didn't really perform how we wanted to. So coming into the season, sort of just wanted to perform and get around the boys. We had good chemistry. We thought we could have a good chance going through the season, and then started playing really solid team footy. I feel like we sort of got to owe it to the Claremont boys for a selection. Didn't think I was going to make it.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
You boys are key reasons why Claremont sit on second on the ladder in the Colts. Confident you can hunt down Oscar Heimbassen's Demons, who are still undefeated?
Oh, yeah.
I reckon we got them. We versed them a couple of weeks ago without all of us, and we got such good depth in that team that even without us on that field, they still play absolutely brilliantly. So I think we only lost by 8 points, so I reckon we got them in the bag next time.
Yeah, we didn't kick a goal till about the fourth quarter. But Premiership's on in June, so we'll see them in September.
They're undefeated, but I almost feel like they wouldn't want to lose a game, but you wouldn't want to get to like a grand final or something undefeated.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was kind of happy that we lost. So it's almost like we're the underdogs, and I think I love being the underdog going into a big game.
Yeah, they're a solid side. Some of those boys in there.
Yeah, Claremont are doing pretty well in all three grades. Pretty good culture that must be down there. But what's it like switching between like state training, Claremont training, going back and forth to different programs this year?
Yeah, I think with Claremont, it's a lot more. I know the boys are a lot more like around each other trying to win games, and I feel like that's the same with state, but it's a lot more serious. Like you come down to trainings and everyone's sort of like laughing, joking, and everyone's there for different reasons. Some people are just there to have fun, others are there to play higher levels of footy. But at state, everyone's sort of has one goal. That's win games of footy, but also take it to the next level. So I feel like it's a lot more switched on at state. Everyone's on their own pathways.
I don't think like there's that much of an intensity difference actually compared to Claremont and state. Like we train at such high intensity at Claremont, but then state does take it to that extra level. Like their trainings are so much fun, and we do so many good drills and stuff like that. But it actually, Claremont has actually helped us because we've always trained at a high intensity, and then it's been good to just go straight to state and like it not be as different as maybe another club.
Yeah, especially when you're not like going to stay on your own as well.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Well, the result obviously wasn't great against the Allies a couple of weeks ago, but is that in a way good to, I guess, get out of the way, get a loss out of the way, rebuild, so you know how you all play with each other, because the stage is only really getting bigger now. You're obviously at Optus tomorrow, and you're going to play some bigger games coming up.
Yeah. First quarter, the Allies, we thought we had a really good first quarter. We're right in this. Good takeaways from the game as well. Just like knowing that if we do play a game style the way we want to play, we're right up there with some of the best sides. So it's good to get a little reality check as well, and realise, because some of those boys in there in the pointy end of the draft.
Yeah.
So it's good to almost compare yourself on where you need to be, to get up there with those types of players. But yeah, I feel like we're in good form to play South Australia tomorrow. I reckon that loss will probably prepare us and put us in the right headspace to compete well.
Yeah, like Joe said, it just gives you a bit of reality check of how good some kids are at our age and where you need to be able to compete with them. So I feel like it was good to get it out of the way, because they're definitely going to be probably, if not the strongest side in this competition, in this champs game. So it was good to get it out of the way and sort of know what we got to go up against, and then just work from there. And
some of those boys, like, they can't be in the carnival, surely. Like, obviously they're older, like the age, but like it's freakish.
Jed Walter.
Yes. Yeah. How was that?
Yeah,
like, just being on the field. Like, obviously it might come back like if they in a few years when then the AFL, some of those boys might reflect on it a bit more. But how was being out some of those boys like Jed Walter? I think Riley Sanders getting a lot of hype about him. There's a lot of boys in there that's going to go top 20. Like,
Jed Walter played well, but Dan Curtin locked him down, I thought. Like, he did kick 3, but in the game, I thought it was pretty even. But Dan did bloody well on it. But it's pretty surreal seeing some of those boys, who are all through the media, through the AFL posts, all that stuff, and playing alongside them. You really see why they're touted so highly.
Yeah, and obviously boys, we got to play in Fox footy as well.
Yeah.
Just like the experience going to Adelaide must have been surreal. Like, I know it's the loss, but you boys must be like pretty grateful to be over there.
Yeah, well, it was my first time going over and playing, another team in a unknown place that I had never been to before. So it was a cool experience to just travel over with all the boys and go a couple of days early and train, and then go watch the footy and then go and play. Even though we didn't get the result, it was still a pretty cool experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and traveling the planes and stuff, it's actually pretty fun with all your teammates, mucking around and stuff. It's good. It's got to be pretty serious, but at times, you're all like running up and down the hallways of the hotels and all that stuff, and it's just it's heaps of fun.
Yeah, and going to Optus tomorrow, probably get a little bit of a feel of what it's like, going into the rooms, running down the ground. I don't know if there'll be a big crowd there, but obviously there's an AFL game after, so you boys can Joe, you can put on a bit of a show.
Yeah, I'd love to get a win. But
sing do you boys sing? Is the song
I
get
was
sung?
thinking that the other day. I was thinking what song we sing.
I think you guys sing the Sydney one, but
Sydney.
obviously
Black and gold.
Swan,
Yeah. But
That's what it is for the Waffle State team.
Yeah.
So I'd assume it'd be the same.
Yeah.
Well, the 18s and 16s.
Yeah, Optus would be bloody good to play there. It's huge, and you walk out of the grandstand and there's just it's full. It's nothing you've ever played.
Yeah.
Play that.
Well, we asked the same thing to Oscar last week, but is there one guy you think isn't getting the attention they deserve in the state squad, whether that's like a draft smoky or just someone else?
Joe Fonte, he's just been added to the state team. Well deserved. He's an overager. He's just come from nowhere. He wasn't too close in his footy last year. Played down at Scotch. Had a real breakout season last year in the PSA, moving down back, and then continued his form at Claremont this season. And he's come from nowhere, and then he's just been invited to the state team playing this week, first game. I reckon he's one to keep an eye out for, because his speed and athleticism is it's crazy.
Yeah, I think I'll have to give mine to Bowie Allen. He's from Peel. He's a young boy, but man, he competes and he holds up his own against some older boys. And he'll definitely be exciting for the future, because he's still got a lot of time to grow and develop. So it'll be good to watch.
For sure, we'll see him in the coming years. Well, off the field, what's the go with you two boys? What are you doing? Joe, we've noticed you're a keen surfer and golfer even. So what's keeping you both busy away from footy?
Yeah, I love golf. A little bit too much. I spend too much time at the golf course, but it's just good. It's one of those sports where you can't really perfect it. Some days you may be playing really well and it's the best sport in the world. And then other days it's like the worst sport, and it's really just like, yeah, it's mentally challenging, but it's so much fun. So that keeps me really busy.
Not really a golfer myself. I should probably get into it because it seems to be a bit of a trend with all the footy boys. But my mum owns a bar in Subiaco, so just working there every day doing coffee mornings there, and that sort of takes up most of my time.
Nice.
Yeah. Keep your mind off things.
All right. Well, the Q&As, plenty have been sent through. And when we say plenty, we mean plenty. Of course, it's all thanks to SkinBRO. You can find us at Bray and Ethan on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Bray Ethan on TikTok. If you want to check everything out and ask questions in the future. First one, Oscar Heinbassen. He just can't get enough of us at the moment. He's doubling up.
I don't know if this is a typo here. Like, it's literally spelled the way it's written there. So
I'm going to read it how it's written. What is your go-to moffy spot in Perth, and what do you order? It's clearly correct.
Yeah, it's a little joke we got around the boys. It has a couple meanings, but yeah, we'll go with just like a morning coffee. So favourite moffy spot, probably Daisy's down at Cottesloe. Some of the boys go there every Thursday morning for a swim in a moffy.
a bit of a ritual.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a ritual, but it's good. Yeah, it's good coffee there. You got to ask for extra hot, otherwise they make it lukewarm. But if you like lukewarm coffee,
what is a moffy? Is it a mocha? Because people don't like coffee yet.
Or if it's just a coffee in the morning.
Yeah, it's just a morning coffee.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, also a couple other meanings.
Diego.Tharp006. I don't know if this is really a question. It just says dream 4-ball in golf for Joe.
Dream 4-ball, so 4-ball scramble. Yeah, play with him a fair bit. He's my best mate's younger brother. Dream 4-ball would have to be obviously me at the 1, Chuck Diego in there at the 2, 3 probably Charlie Parker, another young Scotch boy. He's playing off about a 3 handicap. And then in the 4, tough one, probably Cooper Stanley. He's this kid from Scotch as well. He's playing off scratch. He's insane. But yeah, that would be a hard 4-ball to beat.
Max Owa?
Raw, I think.
Raw,
is it? Yeah.
So I didn't say that. Joey, any tips on getting a bigger rig?
Yeah, Maxi, he would have a bigger rig than most boys. He's a solid boy. He's got some serious muscle on him, but I think any tips, just got to ask him. He's on the protein shakes and all the other stuff under the sun, but yeah, he loves it.
There were a few questions sent in about gym work and routines, but I think we'll probably stick clear of those. Riley Desisto, 1. Both of your favourite teammates at Claremont. I mean, you can say each other, but...
Other person Spanish in the works. Favourite teammate at Claremont has to be Dan Curtin, I reckon. Just so I love the way he goes about it, and he's so positive. Plays anywhere on the ground, but yeah, no, probably Dan. Sorry, Dan.
I don't know. It's so tough because we've got so many good kids there. But if I had to pick, it'd probably be Riley DeSisto or Bailey Vanderstraff. Like, they're both just really talented players, and Baz brings a bit of fight into our team, which is really good, and keeps that spark in the team, which is pretty cool.
Jake_F08, funniest bloke in the state team.
I want to say Oscar Heinbassen, but I don't want to boost his ego anymore. So, yeah, probably Oscar. Has to be Oscar.
I saw I think it was the last TikTok that you posted of Oscar yesterday, I think it was, and you tagged him in it. And I just tapped on it, had a look at some of his videos. There was the one of him dancing at Guildford.
Yeah. He
had a good laugh at that.
Yeah, it made us all smile in South Australia. He was very interesting over there.
Bought some 900
character.
Were you boys some of the boys that were laughing at him when he bought $900 headphones?
Yeah, fire. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there yet, and I ended up buying myself a pair of headphones as well. Yeah,
not 900.
Not 900, but it was still up there. But I actually had a reason because mine got stolen. Whereas he still had working headphones. He just decided to spend $900 and regretted it instantly.
The boys are buying Boost Chockies, and he walks over to the bloody Apple side and picks out the most expensive and buys them, wears them once.
Clearly his pay rate through the state team is way higher than everyone else's.
Did both of you boys just say Oscar for funniest?
Yeah.
Did you answer?
Yeah,
okay.
I said
Just wanted to make sure.
Jake_F08, funniest bloke.
We just did that.
Talon DeLacy. Who out of you two spends more time getting ready in the morning?
Definitely do have.
I I'm probably gonna say me. I do take quite a while, but just because I love my clothes and I've got a load of them, so I like to take my time.
Rafe. English. Kai, why is Scarborough the best club ever?
Oh, it's just all around the culture there. I like no one's too arrogant there, and yeah, we sort of have a bit of a reputation and maybe not be the best club, but yeah, I absolutely enjoyed it growing up and loved with all the boys there. They were all a great bunch of people, so yeah, it was pretty cool.
Have most of your mates sort of gone to the Amos club there, or?
Yeah. So all the kids that I sort of went to primary school with, I moved primary schools when I was younger, and they were all playing for Scarborough, so joined there when I was in year 3, and then just grown up with them ever since, and they all came to Churchlands as well, which was pretty cool.
Noah Tompkin. Kai, why are you not in Melbourne?
Yeah, so Noah and a couple of my good mates are all over in Melbourne right now, so celebrating my mate's birthday. He's one of the young ones, so just turned 18. But yeah, just sort of thought I was going to be playing this week, so told them I couldn't come to Melbourne. But
That's fair enough.
Yeah, they weren't too happy about it, but got to support.
How's that?
Footy commitments come first.
Yeah.
You turn 18, you're experiencing the nightlife in Melbourne before you do in Perth.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Jacko Biz. Kai, how's your experience on a dune buggy?
Yeah, so when we were younger, we were driving a dune buggy down at my mate's farm, and one of my mates took a turn too sharp and ended up flipping the buggy. Yeah, it wasn't a great experience. I hurt my arm, but yeah, everyone else landed on me, so they were all okay.
Yeah, live to tell the tale. So.
Yeah.
Charlie Banfield, who was snubbed of an 18s selection?
Controversial.
He
I don't
wants
know.
it for his brother. He's dying for banners.
Don't have to say anyone if you don't want.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like Bailey Banfield plays some solid footy coming up through this early part of the season. But yeah, probably Bailey Banfield. Pretty unlucky, but
I think
Not up to you boys.
There's a lot of players out there that definitely probably deserve to be in this state team as well. If I had to pick an overager to go in, I definitely would pick Riley DeSisto from our team. He's just been playing some absolutely amazing footy, and he's just such a skillful player. So yeah, I'd pick him.
Couple of mentions for Riley. WA footy prospects. Name one thing you don't like about each other.
You go first. Have a little think.
We spoke before about when you first met.
I think about just how cheeky he is sometimes. Just a couple of comments he makes really gets some people riled up. He loves to tuck into Dan, one of his best mates, and he gets pretty fired up about it. So sometimes that does get a little bit annoying.
Probably the amount that he spends on shoes. I reckon sometimes bothers me. Every day he's coming in with a new pair of footy boots, a new pair of dunks. Yeah, probably that. Needs to save his money.
So Oscar's the headphones purchaser and you're the shoe
Yeah,
purchaser.
definitely the shoe buyer.
Jack Cooley. Who taught Kai how to kick? Couldn't kick over a jam tin before I got hold of him.
It definitely wasn't Cooley. I think I went for a kick with him maybe once or twice, but yeah, he did give me a couple of tips, which is good, but I wouldn't give all the credit to him. I'd give it to a couple other people.
Michael Francis 332. Biggest mentors in your careers so far?
Biggest mentor. Probably have to be one of the coaches back at Scotch. Tommy Goyder. He was a twos coach in year 11. I think he's still the twos coach now. But yeah, he was my physio as well. He got picked up mid-season to the Eagles in 2016, I think. Spent a couple of years on the list there, but yeah, he was good. Yeah.
I think for me, probably like my high school coaches, Christopher Tan and David Bonjesha. They were just the ones that sort of really kept me motivated to play footy and just constantly pushing me. And then as I sort of got older and sort of left school, I think Kane Mitchell, he's a pretty famous and well-known man in Claremont. He was pretty important in my development and stuff like that, always helping us and always coming down to help out with the young boys, which is good.
Noah_Matthews 88. I don't know who this is for.
Not sure.
Why is your nickname Mirrors? Whoever Mirrors is.
Yeah,
It's like
I'll
it's
try
Joe.
that one. Yeah, he likes to be a bit cheeky, but he reckons I look at myself in the mirror a bit too much. Yeah, he's my brother. He lives up on the farm, and yeah, he can't get enough. He reckons I look at myself in the mirror, so he calls me mirrors.
Last one. Kale Arena. Player you can both relate yourselves to most, I think, in the AFL. Is there anyone you
we had
game
a
on?
question the other day, and it was like compare yourself to 2 AFL players. Mine would probably be Mitch Georgiades. He's a third tall, good runner, plays at the ground, good in the air, WA boy, sort of third tall in the forward line. So probably him. Really like the way he goes about it as well.
Yeah.
Probably. It's a tough one. I think Andrew Brayshaw, though, just like you said, WA boy, and just like works hard both like on offense and defense, and quite clean with the footy and good tackler. So I think I can relate myself to him.
It's a tough one to answer because you don't want to say like, well, whoever you say, obviously in the AFL they're good, but like, you know, you don't want to say like I'm like this person
Dusty.
because
It's like Dusty. Then you have to do your fend-offs and stuff like that.
All right. That concludes that part of the pod. Move on to the quiz. The first edition of the SkinBRO versus quiz this season. So we've got the 2 boys in, so they're going to battle off out of best of 5. Now, your buzzer is your name. You just need to say your name. First one to say your name.
5 questions.
Gets to answer it first.
There is prizes as well.
Yes.
So, well, everyone will get something, but you want to come first. I can assure you of that.
Yep.
So, yeah, basically, whoever says the name first gets to go. 5 questions. So,
Let's get it going.
Question
I'll go
number
first.
1. What is the difference between you two in height in centimetres on the Waffle website? Joe.
Waffle website listed at 191, 190, and Dev's listed at 183. So that would be 8 centimeters difference.
Incorrect.
No, sorry, 7.
I think it's. I think I'm listed as 180, so it should be 11 if he's 191.
10.
It's 10.
Give me that.
Oh, lucky there.
Didn't say his, didn't use his
Yeah,
buzzer,
but
sorry,
I
go.
suppose after the
190,
first one,
180.
after the first guess, it just goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Once whoever says their name first. 1-0.
Question number 2.
Number 2. How many consecutive Colts games have you played together, not including preseason?
Joe.
And not including state, by the way, as well. So just Colts.
7.
Bubble.
Kai. 6.
No.
How many? Really? 5?
It's correct. 2-0.
Oh, 2 on the trot.
This could be a
We need
deciding.
3 in a row here from Kai.
This could be deciding.
Number 3.
How many points are Perth ahead of you guys by on the Colts ladder?
Joe. 4. Wait,
Incorrect.
one game's 4, no? Or no,
Yeah,
2?
that's correct, but it's not 4.
Kai. 2.
2 points or 2 games?
Oh,
Like games.
Well, like it's points. So
Points.
4 points a
We haven't
game.
played. Yeah, so I think it'd be 6 then, wouldn't it?
No.
8.
this is why we're footy boys.
Is that 8?
It's 8.
Yeah.
2 games.
I think they've won one more game, but
Yeah,
they've played
one
another
more.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We have a winner, but
Yeah.
we'll still go over the next
We're playing
2
for pride
questions.
here.
Yeah, playing for pride. Number 4. Who was the last Waffle team you both kicked goals against in the same game?
Joe. Subi.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Kai. South Freo.
Yes, on the board.
3-1.
It's not a 5-0 whitewash. It's either going to be 4-1 or 3-2. 3-2 is a lot respectable.
Just
than
like the Ashes
4-1.
will be
Yeah.
in favour of Australia. Question number 5. This is, I guess, how well you know each other. Name the other person's birthday.
We could be here for a while. if yeah.
Joe. June 13th.
Correct.
No.
I know that you're younger than me, so
Got no idea.
We might have to start like
April. Is it in April? Joe's
is
one?
in
Yeah,
April.
it is in April.
Guess.
13th.
Incorrect.
No.
Close.
I
Extremely
thought you were going to
close.
say that.
14th. I'm just gonna have to keep going up.
Well,
Let's get a little clue for Diab's birthday.
In the second month.
Second month.
Feb
Yep.
Got that right.
20th.
No.
Hold on, like lower or higher?
Lower.
Oh. We'll hold on that.
Is Joey's lower or higher?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, lower. Lower than what you said before.
Yep.
The third.
Bang! He's got it.
3-2.
And Kaiser's the 12th.
Is it?
12.
Yeah.
Should have known that.
Obviously didn't wish a happy birthday to each other this year.
I think so.
Snapchat does it for you, I think, these days. So.
Indeed.
3-2. I think that's pretty respectable. I think Kai, you were
Big
quite
comeback
unlucky early on. I mean, you were getting around the mark, and Joe just went in and got it. So
I'll take that win.
So, Joe gets to select what he wants.
yeah, we'll do that after. But
We'll do that after. What
well, the
is
winner,
on
the winner
offer?
gets a SkinBRO box, all the skincare products, and the loser still gets a bag, as you can see there. So
Just with nothing in it.
with a towel in it.
There's a
So
good sweat towel in there. So you'll be able to use that. So enjoy those, boys. Thanks for coming on again, boys. All the best on the weekend and for the rest of the year. It's going to be a big year, of course, for you both. So best luck and thanks for coming on.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, cheers, boys.
Cool.
enjoyed yourselves. Did we? Or not? No tension. I know.
No,
the
Alright,
quiz.
with
I
the
know
win.
private school, public school, but it's good to get you boys in. So appreciate it.
Nah, thanks for having
Yeah,
us.
once you get in here, it's pretty laid back and pretty chill. So yeah, thanks for having us.
Just remember, Bray and Ethan 20 for 20% off, Ethan.
Yep.
The checkout of SkinBRO.
It's huge.
$35
It's
or
huge.
more.
We'll get the
Huge.
Cloud
Get
boys
over
on
it,
it.
boys.
$35 more free shipping as well.
Yeah.
So
Follow the
it's
socials.
just a win-win if you ask me. Just like it is a win-win at the Waffle as well.
Yeah.
Take that. Of course, and then you can check us out at the socials as well, at Bray and Ethan, on everything other than TikTok. TikTok's just Bray Ethan. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, you can, if you need to jump in the car, you can jump over to Spotify, Apple, and vice versa as well. 5-star rating and subscribe as well. That would be nice. If you don't want to give us a 5-star, if you want to give us anything less, then you can get stuffed.
Yeah. Simple as that.
Yep, that's the way to go about it. But boys, thanks for coming on, and see you next time.
Yeah.
See you, boys.
Cheers. Thanks.